hopefully I'll answer most of your questions through the presentation, but if not, well, we're here to help. And this is all really about membership and letting you know what you can, how you can benefit from becoming a member of the ICCP. So let's just, right, there we go, we're good to go. I'll just get my screen organized, if you don't mind. Move me into the corner. Right, an introduction to the ICCP. Now my thingy is not working. There we go. So first of all, what is the ICCP? Well, it's the Institute of Construction Claims Practitioners, and it's a professional organization for its members. It's a non-profit making organization. And the reason why we formed it was the fact that, you know, the industry has got all sorts of professional organization for engineers, architects, mechanical engineers, structural engineers, quantity surveyors, interior designers, etc., etc. And claims have now become an integral part of the construction industry, and they seem to cause an awful lot of disputes. So several people within the industry that were dealing with claims on a regular basis and disputes and arbitration, etc., thought that because it's become a specialist niche in the industry, there was a need for a professional institution to do certain things. And the goals of the ICCP, its purpose, is to firstly establish international professional standards for the management of claims. One of the biggest causes of disputes in the industry is inadequately expressed claims and improper or inadequate responses to claims. And this is simply because the people who prepare and respond to claims don't really have a lot of experience in doing so, and they're not appropriately qualified. So if we can set certain standards and help people to reach those standards, well, it's better for the industry and for the individuals dealing with claims. Secondly, to give recognition to those who have gained appropriate knowledge and experience in the management of claims. Now, most people that come to deal with claims, including myself many years ago, we started having to manage claims because there was no one else on the project that had got anything like any experience. So we learned by trial and error. And if we were lucky, as was the case with myself, I was actually working with some very experienced people who I hounded for knowledge and guidance. But however you gain that experience, when you get to a situation where you have that knowledge, that experience to manage claims professionally, we feel that in the same way as a civil engineer would be recognised for his experience, or a quantity surveyor, a construction claims practitioner should have recognition. And we do this through providing members with designations in the same as you can be a chartered quantity surveyor or a member of the Royal Institute of British Architects. Well, you can use the designation AICCP, MICCP, or FICCP, more of later. And thirdly, of course, we've always got people who are new to the world of claims, and the purpose of the Institute is to help and to educate people who are looking to gain experience in the management of claims and put them on the right road so they're not making the mistakes or not dealing with things in an incorrect manner, which is likely to avoid settlement. So that's what we're all about in a nutshell. So why was there this need? I've sort of alluded to it earlier, but let's go through some points. Claims have now become a key part of the international construction industry. And personally, I've dealt with claims all over the world, and many of, and I guess our members are involved in claims in every continent and many, many, many countries. Secondly, and again, I've talked about it a little bit, many professionals with backgrounds in engineering, quantity surveying, project management, etc., have, through their career, gained an adequate knowledge and experience to manage and to prepare and respond to claims to a good standard. So we should give those people recognition. And basically that's what it says on number 3. Such people that have worked hard deserve recognition for that qualification, for that experience and knowledge. There are other professional organisations, and many of you will actually be members of institutes like the Royal Institute of Chartered Surveyors, the Chartered Institute of Building, the Chartered Institute of Civil Engineering Surveyors, etc., etc., etc. But whilst some of those institutes will touch on claims, they don't specialise in claims. And we think that this is where the ICCP, who concentrate purely on contractual matters and claims, are making a difference to the institute. To the industry in general. Because really, until the ICCP was established, there wasn't any other institute. Okay, the RICS would deal with claims a bit because a lot of its members were dealing with claims as part of their job requirements. So until we were established, there was really no institute that specifically recognised those of specialist knowledge, experience and the skills to be able to manage, prepare and respond to claims to the highest levels of professionalism, which is what we're seeking to achieve. So the Institute is managed by we've got permanent members, including myself and including Nina, and then various other people, including Jen, who are administrators and management. But the Institute is guided by the steering committee. So the management and admin team are there to put the decisions of the steering committee into practice. So who do we have? Myself as the executive officer, Paul Gibbons, who is a very experienced adjudicator, expert witness, claims consultant based in the UK, is managing director of a partnership there that specialises in contractual matters, commercial matters and claims. Christian Groskopf, who tends to, he originates from somewhere in Africa, but he tends to be working all over the world, including Southeast Asia, the Middle East and Africa. Mark Watson, another fellow who is South African, is based in South Africa. Many of people who, if you are based in Africa, you've probably come across Mark's name in the past. Kagdash Bayrak, who is Turkish, who is actually working and based in the Middle East. And of course, Nina, who is the general manager, and you already know Jen, who is actually sort of splitting duties with Nina whilst Nina's on maternity leave. But in effect, it's a team. We also have a membership secretary, a financial secretary, etc., etc. So membership. If you decide that you would like to become a member, what is available to you? Well, firstly, if you are just starting your career in claims, or if you are wanting to gain the knowledge to become a professional claims practitioner, you can start at associate level. And this is available to construction professionals who have already gained an appropriate professional qualification, so your degree as an engineer, a quantity surveyor, whatever, and you have an interest in construction claims. Associates are joining, it's part of your early career, so we encourage you to work towards gaining your full membership, which is MICCP. Again, you need to be able to demonstrate appropriate qualifications, so a degree in an appropriate subject, and existing experience in the management of claims. Now, I should point out at this point that the entrance requirements are not through degree or existing qualification. It's a combination of, yes, you do need to have a degree in an appropriate subject, but then it is through demonstrable experience in handling claims, because really none of us goes to college to learn how to be a claims practitioner. We all gain it with bums on seats and on site and by practice, hopefully from people who can pass their knowledge on to us. And fellow, again, it needs to be significant experience in claims before you can achieve fellowship membership level. And we also require our fellows to actually contribute and put something back to the industry through the institute. So a requirement of becoming a fellow is that you contribute in some way to the institute to help the fellow members. We've recently introduced student membership and graduate membership. And these are strictly, firstly, the students, it's for people who are in full-time education, studying a construction industry qualification. It must be full-time. It can't be, you can't have a job and you're studying part-time for it. And the graduate membership fills the gap between those who have graduated as a student but don't have the experience to become an associate. So strictly, as soon as you've got that experience, you have to upgrade from being a graduate member to becoming an associate and be working towards your membership. And finally, we do have a corporate membership. We encourage companies and practices who specialize in contractual matters and claims to join the institute. And it's a bit of a two-way thing. You know, we like our corporate members to help the individuals and to support the institute. But again, I think if you are a specialist claims practitioner, to be able to demonstrate that you are an ICCP corporate member and have those details put on the website is a benefit. So what benefits will you get as an ICCP member? Well, firstly, we have an extensive knowledge base. I know it's very easy to just go on to Mr. Google these days and do research, but we have a similar thing within the members' website where you can just put a search in for, I don't know, concurrent delay, and it will bring up whatever articles we've added to the database that have reference to concurrent delay. So it's a searchable database for industry articles, papers, etc., etc. We publish details of education and training. So anybody that's looking for training or maybe to do a degree course, the members can look, and they can look at the various institutes that offer these things. And we have a bookshop, which we don't actually sell the books, but we provide links to the publishers of any books that are appropriate to contractual matters and claims. And members get a discount from a couple of publishers as well. One of the things that we try to do to encourage claims management to be done to a professional standard and to set standards within the industry is to produce documents to a certain standard. So one of the things we introduced was created institute templates. So if you want to, for example, have a look what a claim document should look like, as a member, you can go to the templates and you can pull up an example claim document, or a notice, or a notice register, or various notices under various forms of contracts. So there's an awful lot of work that we have done on your behalf. So when you're starting maybe a new project, you don't have to reinvent the wheel. You can go to the templates and say, okay, here is a claim register. All we need to do is put the information in. So people find that very, very useful. On a monthly basis, we offer CPD webinars, sometimes by members of the Institute or sometimes by invited guests who will come and give an hour's talk to members. Sometimes we make these available to non-members, but it is specifically a member benefit. We have the ICCP Academy, and again, just for members. And these are short, sharp, 30-minute instructional webinars where we'll take an aspect such as, I don't know, writing of notices or calculation of head office overheads and profit. These are generally done by the fellows within the industry. I've already mentioned the fact that members can get discounts on books through Wiley Blackwell and Routledge. We also partner with Claims Class, which is an organization which provides training and education on contractual matters and claims. And ICCP members, in fact, Claims Class are the ICCP's training partner. So ICCP members get an automatic discount on any Claims Class courses that they may wish to sign up for or undertake. And lastly, our members newsletter, which is put together by the lovely Jen, and is really, it's up there with any other newsletter from any other institute. It's got links to articles, it's got industry topics, it's got all sorts of things there, and it really is a very professional, well done communication for the members, and it contains lots and lots of interesting information. So what else have we got? When you become a member, you will be added to a list on the websites to verify the fact that you are a current member. And be aware that people, if you're applying for a job and you've put you're a member of the Institute on your CV, that recruiters will actually go to the website or contact us just to verify that you are in fact a member or a fellow or an associate. So you get some exposure there. If you wish, you can use the designations AICCP, MICCP, FICCP, or corporate member on your email signatures, your CVs, etc. And we've had, again, an initiative that we introduced. We have a members-only LinkedIn group which acts as a discussion forum. So very often members will join the LinkedIn and say, I'm currently experiencing very high levels of cost increases on my project. It's a FIDIC Red Book. Is there anything I can do to claim the cost increases? And then other members, both experienced and not so experienced, can join in the discussion, and hopefully you'll get some good advice. We have a mentor program. Associates, if they wish, can be linked up with a member or a fellow. So they're there, the mentor is there to give advice on work matters, contractual matters, claims matters, but also maybe on career advice as well. So, you know, they can be your go-to person if you need any advice on anything. The benefits for becoming a mentor, if you're a senior person, well, you are able to pass on your experience, but it's also a good way of developing coaching and mentoring skills. And I always think, you know, I get a big buzz out of helping younger people at the beginning of their career, and you get the feel-good factor of doing that. Okay, there's some information on here that I didn't know, that mentored professionals are 130% more likely to hold senior leadership positions and earn more annually. Wow, okay. Anyway, we have the mentor scheme. So let's have a look at the requirements for the individual members membership. Let me just put my glasses on. So student members, available to those who are studying full-time degree related to the construction industry and have an interest in claims. There's an application fee of £35 and an annual subscription of £50. We also have, again, this was an initiative we brought in after the Institute was formed, is we have what we call qualifying countries. And this recognises that whilst the ICCP is based in the Isle of Man in Great Britain, that not everybody earns the same sort of money as people working in the Western world, for example. So we have a list of qualifying countries where all the fees, or the majority of the fees, are at 50% of the normal fees. And this is to encourage people who are in, and it's difficult to know the word without sounding slightly patronising, but less developed countries, those professionals living and working there can benefit from a reduced membership fee. And very often it's those people who are struggling for knowledge and who are thirsty for knowledge. So we really do want to encourage people from such countries to become members. So there we go. When I talk about membership fees, if you are in a qualifying country, and you can check that on the website, everything is times 50%. So a graduate member, I've already explained about this. This fills the gap between you gaining your degree and becoming an associate member. Again, there's an application fee of £35 and an annual subscription of £95. Associates, things developed. We initially started that associates, members and fellows had to be a member of another professional organisation. And in fact, many are. But then we realised that in some countries, there are very few, if any, professional organisations. And in some countries, it's not really the done thing to join a professional institute, such as the RICS or Institute of Civil Engineering Surveyors, etc. So we came up with two routes. So the first route A, you need a recognised qualification in a construction industry subject, or you are currently studying. So maybe you're doing a part-time degree. You need to have 5 years experience within the industry and to be a member of an existing member of an appropriate professional institute. So if you're a member of the Institute of Civil Engineers or the Royal Institute of Chartered Surveyors, you already qualify there. Route B is the same in terms of qualifications and experience, but in place of the membership of another professional organisation, we require 5 years experience dealing with claims in general, or 2 years where the job role has demanded a significant amount of time spent dealing with claims. A member, similar sort of things, but we're talking about 10 years experience. And for Route B, 10 years experience dealing with claims as part of a general job requirements, or 5 years significant experience. That would replace the requirement to be a member of another professional institute. And a fellow, well, we're looking at, these are the grey-haired or no-head people that have been around a long time and got many t-shirts, minimum of 20 years experience, and a 10 years experience, 20 years in the industry, 10 years of dealing with claims in general, or 5 years where significant time is spent dealing with claims, such as a commercial manager or a claims consultant. And fellows must also commit to actively support the Institute. The fees here, or application fee for new membership, is 140 across the board, multiplied by 50%, of course, if you're in a qualifying country. Associate is £190 per year. Members and fellows are £260 per year. And there we've Jen's kindly put the subscriptions for the qualifying countries down there. So we've pitched the fees to be affordable to people who are living in countries where they need the help, but they're not earning the same sort of salaries and have the same comfort as, if you like, the Western world. And even in the Western world, the membership level is, we are a non-profit making organization, but it is significantly cheaper than the large institutes. And the thing that I want to really stress here is that unlike institutes like the CIOB and the RICS, and I don't mean to be derogatory to them, who have thousands and thousands of members, we have hundreds of members. So we're a small, friendly institute. You can talk to us as individuals. We don't treat you as a number. Each one of our members are important to us, and many of them have become friends. So there is a very big difference here. You can pick the phone up, you can send an email, you can speak to a person who will and can help you. And very often, you know, people apply for membership at a certain level, and whereas, you know, in other institutes, it would be system says no, rejected, we will look at it. We have a fellow who looks at applications that may or may not be okay. And that fellow makes a decision. Okay, this guy doesn't have this, but he's got more of that. So he would qualify at this sort of level. So, you know, we really do think about things. We are not just following systems blindly. Now, we've got certain other benefits. If you become a member or a fellow, you can actually list yourself. This is really for sole practitioners, self-employed consultants, etc. You can actually list yourself on the Register of Claims Practitioners. And, you know, that does two things. It gets your name out there, and it lets your clients see that you have gained the experience and qualifications to be a listed member on the ICCP as website. So if after all of this you are keen on joining the ICCP, the first thing to do is go to the website and go to the membership section, have a look at the type of membership that you're interested in, and basically follow the instructions. It really does lead you by the hand. There will be certain things that you need to download and submit with your application. Remember, the application form, we need to verify the experience. We need you to have it endorsed by a referee. The details are on the website. Details of your claims experience, and then submit it, and it will be reviewed by the membership secretary. I'm not going to go into the details. As I said, the website is pretty helpful. It shows you what to do step by step. And of course, if you get stuck or you have any queries, we are here to help you. So where are we going now? Right, there's the website address. There's Jen's email address. And if you have any specific membership inquiries, you can contact the membership secretary, Ruth, who will help you. So that probably takes us to the end of the presentation. So I'm here to answer your questions.
Since no one has put any questions yet in the Q&A box, I'll just jump in and say that I am always here to answer any questions. Anybody who goes through the application process I am available to really take you by the hand and guide you through any questions you have about obviously your own experience, work history, memberships, whatever, also referee selection, everything. And I am quite happy. In fact, I prefer to review everyone's paperwork before they go ahead and make their payment, just so I can make sure that there is no miscommunication or misunderstanding and everything is ready to go. So as soon as the money is paid, their application can be processed and go ahead and start enjoying the benefits of membership. So that was my little spiel. Does anyone have a question either for me or for Andy? Please put it in the Q&A box, or you can raise your hand if you would like to just ask. Okay, someone has asked, can I send you a resume for review? Yes, please. You can send me a resume to jennifer.smith@instituteccp.com, or you can send it to hello@instituteccp.com. And if you requested information when you signed up for this, then I will be sending you a personal email, and you can just reply with your CV. Okay. So yeah, the short answer is yes, please. I would be very happy to review your resume. The next question, is there an age limit for these memberships? No, there is not. We know that there are some people who are just getting started out in their careers, and there are also some people who have, 40 years of experience. So no, we do not limit based on age. Okay, next question. How long does it take to process documentation for membership? That is a good question. Assuming that everything has been completed correctly, all of the documents are submitted completely filled out with the referee endorsement and everything initialed, and I have everything I need, then usually within a week of the payment being made, the new member will have access to the website, receive their certificate, and has joined the LinkedIn group. Okay. All right. Oh, what does corporate membership cost and what are its requirements? I'm going to hand this one over to Andy because he has been working on simplifying and streamlining the corporate membership process. So Andy, would you like to answer that one?
Yeah, thanks, Jen. Good question. We found that we were expecting large companies to rush to the ICCP and join. That didn't happen, and we still don't know why. Whilst we have individual members who work for large companies, deal with claims, and who are quite happy to be members, the corporate membership didn't really happen. And I think one of the things that we did, we made it overly complicated, and we probably made it a little bit too expensive for the smaller practices, the one-man consultancy practice, who would benefit from being a corporate member. So we're in the process of overhauling the whole thing, but it is likely that for up to 5 people working in a claims practice, let's say, it would be in the region of, and we've not finalized it yet, in the region of £500 per year, which, going back to the days when I was a self-employed claims consultant, I think that £500 a year for this sort of exposure on my letterhead, my website, and all the rest of it is, and the information and the knowledge, the benefits that we can get. I think that's not an onerous fee. So I hope that answers your question. But watch this page. We'll be finalising it fairly quickly.
Yes, I'm sure that we will be putting out an announcement. I say I'm sure that we will be doing that because I'm the one who does that when it is all finalized. Okay, the next question is, what is the Register of Claims Practitioners? That is an optional add-on for mainly people such as Andy who are in private practice, who would like some additional online exposure. Everyone on the register has their own webpage on the ICCP website, and that has their profile and their contact details so that they can have another avenue of introducing themselves and their services to the world. So if you have any questions specifically about the register, again, I'm here, I can answer them, and Andy has more to answer.
No, I just wanted to make the point that the idea of the register is if you're a contractor and you're in a claim situation and you need to make contact with somebody to advise you and to help you, you can go to the ICCP Register of Practitioners and you can see who's there that's available. It's a bit like, you know, the FIDIC President's List, if you're aware of that, where you can go to find yourself an adjudicator or an arbitrator and be assured that those people that are on the list have got the appropriate qualifications and experience.
Okay, thank you. All right, the next question I think I can also handle. Should referees be fellows of the institution? We do ask that fellows are either members or fellows of a construction institution. It does not have to be the ICCP, although of course, many of our members and fellows do recommend membership to their colleagues and also serve as referees for their colleagues that do join. Okay, next question is, do you have any members in Nigeria? We do have a small handful of members in Nigeria, yes.
If I can just interrupt there. Now,
Yeah.
wow, good question, my friend. I actually happen to live in Nigeria for 4 years, so it's got a place very close to my heart. So nice to see you, my brother.
All right, okay, follow up to the corporate membership question. Would corporate membership applicants be able to state member of the ICCP or otherwise? So what is the designation then?
No, the corporate membership is for a company. So if you are a company, for example, Hewitt Decipher Partnership, which is a consultancy company, could put the designation on their letterhead, their website, etc., ICCP corporate member, in the same way as you know, a practice of chartered surveyors would be able to display the RICS logo. So that's for corporate membership. Individual members, it's an individual personal membership. So you can use whatever designation you can after your signature, wherever. So there is the difference there.
Okay, so he has then followed up with, so he has understood the answer to be corporate member and said, thank you. So, yep. Okay, all right. Is there a list of documents for which I'm required to send for the membership application? Yes, that was briefly touched on at the very end. We have a member application and a detail of claims experience form, which are on the website, or I could send you. And then for your referee, there is a referee endorsement form. So there are 3 documents that should be submitted in addition to your CV and any sort of education or membership qualifications that are used on your application to aid your application. Okay, and do you have any members in India? Yes, we do. We have a few. Yeah, we have, I don't want to say we have lots of members because we are quite a small organization, but Yes, we have members in India. Okay, and does the ICCP provide members with any support during COVID? For example, free training or reduced fees. During COVID, we did have a program in place for people who were personally affected, where they were able to put their fees on hold. And we also, at that time, instituted the construction clinics, which are continuing. In fact, our next construction clinic is on this coming Monday, and that is a live question and answer session, which we were doing weekly for, I think, the first 6 months of COVID, and that was very popular. And now that people are busy again, back at work, we are reducing them about every 2 to 3 months. We are having a new one, and the next one is on Monday. Okay, and next question is, thank you, you're welcome. And next question, if one is a member of the National Engineers Institute, will that be considered a professional membership? I am assuming this is some sort of national register or licensure. If you are licensed or chartered or on some sort of national or government database that you had to sort of prove your skills, or you had to be vetted to join, yes, that will count as a professional membership. Also, we do have some members who are construction lawyers, and their bar membership qualifies as a membership for the purposes of joining the ICCP. Okay, and FRICS members can sign on as MICCP. Yes. Being a fellow of the being a fellow of the RICS does qualify as a membership. Also MRICS, and then based on your claims experience would then be whether you would qualify to join as a member MICCP or as a fellow FICCP. All right, do we have any more questions? I don't think so. If in that case, I think I will let you know that, oh, Michael has thanked us. Thank you for attending, Michael, and thank you everyone for attending. And before you all go, I will just tell you that if you have not registered on Monday, as I just said, we are having our next construction clinic, and the topic for this I will hand over back to Andy, because he will be the one answering the questions. Would you like to provide a little more information on the topic, please, Andy? The topic for this one is FIDIC red, yellow, and silver pages in the new edition.
I'm sorry. This is a quick. I do so many of these. I'm also down to do a question and answer one. That's the
Yes.
That's the construction clinic, isn't it?
Yeah.
The one we're talking about is the academy, isn't it? Anyway.
No, that was a construction clinic that I'm talking about.
All right, okay. Jen's always right. I'm usually wrong. So my apologies, Jen. It's just a brief half an hour thing about the major differences between FIDIC 99 and FIDIC 2017. Is that right, Jen?
Yes,
Yeah,
and
okay.
if you have not registered, please, yes, I will see if I can get a quick link to put into the chat box for everyone to see. If you have not seen it, it is also on our LinkedIn page. But if you would like to attend, and I hope you would, please submit any questions that you have in advance to me. And those questions do get answered first. Okay, sorry, I'm just clicking over, trying to multitask and get that link. And I'm just popping it into the chat box now so that hopefully everyone can click on that. It is, sorry, not something easily remembered because it's a Zoom link. But yes, please go ahead and register. And if you signed up for more information about the ICCP when you registered, you will receive that link in the email from me.
One other thing, if I may, Jen, I mentioned that Claims Class or the ICCP's training partnership. And in fact, I am involved with Claims Class, and I will actually be presenting a Claims Class course starting in October. It's a Claims Class live online. So basically, the structure is 1 hour every week for 6 weeks. So it's 6 hours of training. And the subject of that is the changes between the 1999 and the 2017 versions of FIDIC. So this is 6 hours of training through Claims Class. If that's something that would interest you, I would suggest that you just go to the Claims Class website and have a look at the course and the content. And if you're interested, there's a registration page you can follow there. So that's another little advert I've managed to get in. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, everyone. It looks like those are all of the questions we've got. So thank you all for attending. Thank you, everyone who has stuck around for over 45 minutes. I hope you have had your questions answered. As I said, if you requested further information, you will be receiving a personal email from me with that information, with the link to Monday's construction clinic. I'll go ahead and put a link in there since Andy has just mentioned the Claims Class course, also about changes in FIDIC from 99 to 2017. And I think that's everything. All right, anything else to add, Andy?
No, good, except to thank everyone for attending, and thank you, as always, Jen, for hosting ourselves and organising it all. So thanks, everyone. Nice to see you. And that's it from me.
All right. Thank you, everybody. Bye.